One, two, three, go. That's what Restream says. Hello, welcome to your Sunday. Late and well, Well, okay. Yeah, I you won't know till I tell you. But yeah, I was up early. Stayed in bed. I've got had to have a cup of coffee. A spoonful of sugar and all that. Of course, I don't put sugar in mine. If I wanted something sweet, I'd have a chocolate fudge sundae. Uh, Jokes coming to mind. I did a little writing. Got a little writing. Did a drawing. Colored it. Omer will be happy. I'll show that in a little bit. Yeah, some of Midnight and the Roustabouts. Some of Midnight's just looking over some of what I wrote. Some of her past and some of her about her parents. And I'll probably set up and get you to care about her parents and not just drop them in as characters that are disposable characters. You care about them, and then when it comes time to, which is really kind of the origin of Midnight, kill them off, you'll care about said characters. The wild thing is, until I push go, I don't see, like on YouTube, I do not see in Restream, Shadowhawk saying hello and happy Sunday, or me asking for a moment, please, and welcome. None of that shows up. The very first comment is this one here, which is a pretty, everybody's got to point it out because, hey, he's late. It's a minute, what was it? Yesterday I went early about 2 minutes, but nobody said, hey, he's early. He's early by at least 2 minutes or whatever. It's just they point out that you're late. So I'm late. But it's Sunday, lackadaisical Sunday, Yesterday, kind of sent out some of the artwork and whatnot. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and everybody was like, looks good. Even Ryan James chimed in. I have his phone number, and he was like, wow, it looks awesome. Who's the artist and all that. And yeah, it's a banger. Like I said, I talked to Jay, called me yesterday, I believe it was. I've slept since then, believe it or not. I've actually tried to sleep more. I'm not currently watching any. Well, I take that back. I'm watching right now. I'm watching the Doctor Who actually has the Abominable Snowman. The pink skin is extra sensitive in the winter. Well, mine gets itchy. Mine actually gets dry and itchy, and I think that's because of the hot water from the shower. And people might think I'm thin skinned anyway. So cut that out, Mister. Meester. I don't know where else he is. He shows up when he wants to show up. It being Sunday, I don't know if I think it's Saturday night. He does sort of his youth town stuff. I don't know if it's called Youth Town. It's just, deals with the youth. But, services and everything. I don't know that he has nighttime services. Replied to somebody and they were like, yeah, I'm in church now. Maybe you should come visit us. I'm like, yeah. I don't even know where that particular church is. It's called Awake. And I was like, yeah, I'm awake, but not really awake, I did see something on X where you boil the peel of a banana, to help you sleep. You take that concoction about 30 minutes. I've had the heat up probably way too, it's supposed to dip down to about, I think saw on the news maybe 21. there's a couple times that it'll dip, but it's getting up there like in the higher 30s or even like 44, and maybe even 50s this week, whatever during the day, and won't even dip down below freezing. But there's a couple nights leading up to, and I think it's supposed to rain Thursday here, so it'll be getting warmer, and glad for that. I'm very glad for that. I would be there if I could, my friend. I know you would. I know you would. Um, anyway, yeah, I did anytime I make a breakthrough of, on writing, it's like, yay, uh, chart the course, uh, tell the story. And I just tried to do my thing. The Dawn show was on. I had a link. I went in there and said hi, but I talked to Elsie after the show. I did Rex X at Apex, jumped over to Shadow Show, did my show. I'm tired. I would, it's like, yeah, I'm not doing the Dawn. Sorry, Dawn. I would have loved to join the guys, but it's like, yeah, be nothing. It's like I need to rest and, uh, you know, do some other things. So I did, and been trying to get more rest. I've stopped binge watching. I was watching a lot of hours of TV, of westerns. And there toward the end, it's like I've kind of exhausted not the subject matter, but the plots, whatever, the dialogue, whatever. I get bits and pieces here, but it wasn't like when I first started out. And I'm sure there's other things I can watch too. Maybe it's what I'm watching. Like I said, there's some series that even they resell the story or whatever and repeat the story. It's the same story you saw over there, on that other show. Maybe years later, writers tend to do that. Omer Glitch in the house. Hey, Omer. Uh, so I'll go ahead and send you the link, Omer, if you're available. Uh, Sorry I couldn't join you guys last night. I could have, but it's like, I learned from Omer. Omer says I'm going to stream less. I don't see him streaming less. Maybe on other people's streams, and putting up content on his channel, to each his own. I mean, how many people have been burnt out by too much streaming? You know, it's happened to me uh, before. So, yeah, dry skin. I do have a haircut appointment Tuesday. My mother said, "Are you going to shave?" I said, "I let her take care of it." She said, "Oh, tell her." I said, "Hi." Um, okay. I sent that link to you over on the X, by the way. Um, yeah, I haven't looked into, but I will into uh Rumble streaming to YouTube. We'll see. I did look into it, tried to get in there, blah blah blah, get everything set up. You know I've been sleepy all day. Yeah. Well, I mean on Sundays, maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. For me, for several years, it was I was a leader in the church. I was an elder in the church, and it was Sunday was a big busy day for me. Not much of a day of rest. I would also edit our show for TV and stuff like that. So I'd stay an hour or two after the service sometimes just to get the show edited, and then would later have to drive the master disc over there about 45 minutes to the to the TV station. Howder 6480, it's good to see you in the house. Give you about 10 minutes. Okay. Right. I'll just wait here on you. Give me about 10 minutes. Well, I mean, in its defense, he wasn't begging to come on. Sure. I mean, people gave me, a few minutes till I came on. So, but yeah, Midnight's outfit, that'll be sort of left for her as a present, and the whip. The whip was meant to be a present, and her horse. Doesn't that make sense? Sort of a homecoming whole outfit, and her saddle, her whole outfit was meant to be a present by her parents, but sadly she comes home and finds her parents murdered. You know, how that's going to play out. Is she going to actually, come home and meet them and then they're murdered, or while she's in town, or it happens right before she's happened, they're already buried and in the ground. She has to solve the mystery of who killed them, blah, 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 which there was, I'm trying to stretch that out, you know, that pursuit. And she'll be, while pursuing the two men, and then discovers, that there was a third man that hired the two men to kill them, and in her pursuit of them, right? Uh, she has other encounters like Lack's character or Shadowhawk's character, or, uh, her whole outfit. See, I don't even want to speak the English language around Omer because his mind goes there all the time. It's just my sense of humor. It's just, God. Wow. Okay. Every time, Oh, man. These people. Yeah, I said these people. You heard that too, Howler? Okay. Um, her whole outfit. Whole. H, hell, WHOLE. How about that? Whole. The whole package, the saddle, bridle, all that, her outfit, you know, um, and her whip, which, Grizzly Death, they use the whip and torture them before they shoot them, uh, put them out of their misery, if you will. I'm not the only one. Okay, all right. I guess I need to enunciate better, right, Omer? Omer will be very happy at this because it's in color. My latest and greatest, which compares pretty cool with the little bog here because it is another bog. So there's your difference. Big brother and little brother. There you go. So there's the latest and greatest that I did. At least got one done. And Omer will be very pleased because it's in color. Although my palette is very limited, I must say, with these markers. I need to buy another set. There you go. Enunciation, whole. Really? You hear hoe? She's a hoe. Okay. I do have hoe characters, I do have hoe characters, and there will be saloon girls and things like that. Uh, it looked great in black and white, but it did, because I penciled and inked it first and then put in the colors, and then, the black background first, and then, uh, limited on my greens right now. And a lot of that is layering, put in one color and then a lighter color, or maybe sometimes a darker color, and then layering another color over it to achieve a wider variety. That's what you have to do. And I used to draw it. I didn't have a pencil in there, but I thought, I'm sitting here. I need to produce something. The writing is not coming to me at that point. That came later after I kind of woke up or was sleeping, whatever, and I often have something right there by the bed and write down and then go back to sleep or whatever, or rest, and then something else comes to me. Okay, write that down when my mind's in a relaxed state. Kind of like meditation. I just drew that out with no pencil, with Pigma, a Pigma thing. I don't even know, cheap little, maybe $3, $4 uh, black that I have, which a lot of these here, I'm going to have to get some more. It's amazing. I bought, 3 or 4 new ones. But yeah, I've been doing so much work lately on the head sketches and other things that it's running out of ink. So, or one side's run out of ink, the other one hasn't. But and I've got a whole pile of them down here at my feet. It used to be in a bin. They about ran out of juice altogether. I use those as they're running out for gray toning and stuff. It's funny, my whole outfit versus my whole outfit. Love it. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking, but see, you're currently engaged. Of course, you're doing so much artwork that you wouldn't, you know, you could probably take on a couple projects. Of course, you got Glitch too that you want to do. I assume, you're wanting to do Glitch in a new story. We can talk about it when you get in here, and we can talk about the whole thing, and not the whole thing. Ho ho ho. Um, the Mighty Battle Brick versus the Tragic Meatloaf. Of course, I could draw something like that too, but I mean, there's so many things, pick and choose, la 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 la. That's the way I paint. I've got, like, or Elsie paints. A lot of painters paint. They have like multiple canvases set up. And work a little here on that one, and work a little there, and hey Dario, and then a little on that one as it comes along. As you feel like progressing things. Uh, some artists don't do that. They work on one piece, they get it done, set it aside, start another one. I don't do that. It's like, yeah, I work on multiple things at the same time, just like multiple things right now. I'm thinking about the Bog supplement. I'm thinking about the Midnight Roustabouts, which is, I'm glad to get a little piece of the puzzle here, a little piece of puzzle there. Like I said, her outfit and everything is like a homecoming gift, or saddle and everything, because they run a newspaper. They've sent her to England. Apparently, they've got some money, right? Um, and she didn't just go to any school. She went to Cambridge, Oxford, something like that. And not just that, but some other schools. Has knows something about chemistry, which I know nothing about chemistry. But it's great when you can say this character knows a lot of stuff. And they're very, very intelligent and smart, at least book wise. There's two kinds of smart, right? There's book wise and there's common sense wise. There's life experience wise. Some of the most intelligent people were very limited on their formal schooling. That's the great thing about America, and especially when it was growing as a nation. Now that gap is starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller. But then now we have rampant right now. We have autism, you know, which can rear its head in many different ways. Idiot savants and all kinds of stuff out there that I think is a sign of our times. Uh, Toxicity and other things in our food. We're eating food all the time that has trace elements of pesticides. And I work at a pesticide place, so I know that's not a good thing at all. Just a little bit of pesticide goes a long way in your system, and it's never good, you know. I used to put my arm out on the door like this, and I would get trace elements of that chemical. And still, it's kind of bumpy right here. It's a lot better. It was getting there for a couple of years, it looked like psoriasis, a little dry here. And but since I've stopped doing that and tried to moisturize it more, and now it's getting back to normal and not, but not totally, almost though, almost. And that's just from residual chemical from the truck, and it's like, yeah, that's not good because your skin absorbs that stuff, and it will have an effect on you, and not a good one. We're dealing with some strong chemicals out there, and there's hardly anywhere you can go nowadays. I'm almost envious when I look at the last thing I watched was the third season of Daniel Boone, the Frontier Days. There's a story, as I said earlier, where he helps out George Washington. Well, there was a story where John Adams, the second president, was kidnapped. His wife comes to him, and it's actually a quote friend that thought it was done wrong by the government that kidnapped him and was just going to, had a scheme to take the money, and uh, it didn't quite work out for him. You know, Daniel Boone and his wife foiled his plans. Uh, you think, oh, well, the guy's kind of been done wrong, Congress, it sounds like, yeah, he could keep the money and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, and he was going to remain anonymous. But then once Daniel Boone actually saw his face, and then, yeah, we're going to have to kill them all, and his own two guys turn against him by that point, which I think Daniel Boone's very subtly doing some psychological warfare on them. Hey, Carrie, uh, hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Uh, so yeah, that was the last thing I watched was the third season of Daniel Boone. I really do like those. I don't have all the seasons. I think I've got up to season 4. I'm not sure how many seasons there were. I guess I could Google it, but they're all really nice, as far as its viewing, and early frontiers woodsman, uh, and you wonder what kind of time setting it is in, which I think it carries different stories, cover a different span of time. There's talk of the Revolutionary War. One story, like I said, George Washington's in office, and he has to rescue a plot assassination to assassinate George Washington, and then the John Adams story. So it's around that time and even later. Oh, really? Okay. Thank you. Thinking of you and Shadowhawk with everybody. Okay. All righty. Who wants to try that? Can I see a show hand? You're the only one. It might be a. Do you have friends that eat that? I know, right? It sounds disgusting. But there's a lot of things that I say that I combine that, you know, try. It's lush. I know that's Pat answer every freaking time. We know you like it. Everybody else, at least to the American sensibilities, like, no, don't put tuna on pizza. There's a lot of things that are traditionally put on pizza, and tuna would be like, well, blubber, you know, at the lowest end of stuff to put on, here. Now, over in the UK, I don't know. Sweet corn, that's a little, I don't know, but all right. So let me go over here and check this out on Instagram. I'll take a look at the picture. Pizza looks great, to me, any kind of pizza. And I'm not saying I wouldn't try it, but it does sound disgusting. And also, you know, fish for breakfast, I guess it depends on the fish, due to that's what I have in the house, and it's fried fish, and I'll put it in the air fryer, and that's a good light meal. And I've had fish for breakfast, but it's not my preference. Oh, see, that doesn't, oh, God, it almost looks like sausage pizza here, but oh, God, yeah. When you, oh, shoo. All right, folks. Does this look good to you? It looks like a mustard pizza with all that yellow on it. That is a tuna and sweet corn pizza. But isn't there another thing that you put on that, Carrie? Isn't there another ingredient that you'd like to combine with that? I forget what it is. There's tuna, sweet corn, and something else usually you put on your pizza, but prong. It's prong, isn't it? Which is kind of like crustaceous shrimp. Okay, well, enjoy. I often say you can't go wrong with pizza, but yeah. And when I think of sweet corn, okay, I see little individual bits of corn there, but um, I think of those little corn that at least you get in like a salad buffet here. Is that sweet corn? Is that a type of little sweet corn that's you eat the cob and all, just little bitty things on the? I don't know. I never eat it. The salad bar, all gets like fruit on the salad bar. Vegetables are, yes, I agree with Rex. It could look great, but the description of it doesn't sound good. Yeah. Yellow is cheese. Well, and some of it was corn, yellow corn. I assume you're using, yep. I sometimes I like prawns and tuna, cheese, and cheese and bread. There's a great combination, cheese pizza. It kind of looks good. Sardines, yeah, and sardines, and you have like anchovies. Anchovies used to be a big thing in the 70s, and you can hardly find an anchovy, a place that even gives you that option of anchovy. Because if it was popular, people would be ordering more of it. It's not really never been, I've seen it, little dead fish looking at you with their eyes and everything, eat the whole thing. Oh, no thanks. As a kid, nah. Now, Shadowhawk likes the sardines, or sardines and the little anchovies, but I don't. No, sardines are so good. I gave up going to bars. There's a sardine place here where you can get this tins of sardines while you're drinking flights of wine. Okay, flights of wine. Okay, never heard flights of wine. Fudge it. I'd give it a go. I think I'd have had anchovy pizza twice, and it was no go both times. Well, salty, you know. I You could get down with the sardines. Okay, sardines and anchovies are awesome. Yeah, try it. Well, you're gonna have to put out a recipe. Maybe give that recipe to the good stuffs, and they're gonna go gross and not put it in their next cookbook. I'm just saying, but give it a try. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll try it, make it, and go, I like anchovies on pizza. Howder says, okay. I like pizza. It's my favorite food in the world, but tuna, don't eat a lot. I usually eat tuna in like tuna patties that are fried, very dry. That's how I like it mostly, with a little cornmeal and whatnot. However, she did it. I mean, I guess like egg put in there as a binder. That's how I mostly like it. Till she moved from her house, my mom would make that, and I'd take it to work with me. And that stuff wouldn't even make it down to where I start to spray out. I would eat it up immediately. Good stuff. I do some tuna helper, like hamburger helper. It's all right. I'm not a big tuna guy. If you drain it, put it with cheese and bread on a pizza and bake it. Yeah. But the sweet corn, you kind of lost me on that. The prongs, no way. You know, it's a big bug. Crustacean. Carrie's going to have a chain of seafood pizza places in a couple years. Maybe. Does it have cheese and tomato sauce? I don't know about the tomato sauce. Does it have tomato sauce, Carrie? can of sardines, mashed diced onion, salt, pepper, lemon juice, done put on a cracker or nice bread. Yeah. Too salty for you? Okay. You like sardines, though. What? Sardines and peanut butter? Sounds disgusting. But I bet it's damn good. Oh, wow. See? That is a wild combination. Fish and peanut butter. I'll do chili and peanut butter, but it's not that, it's not that great. But a lot of people eat a peanut butter sandwich with their chili. Omer, make pizza base, add tomato puree. I had to throw a bunch of tomato paste out today because it's been in my pantry for too long. That's highly acidic, and I just didn't trust the cans. Tuna in spring water. You drain it, I hope. You got to drain it, right? Spring water though, instead of like oil. Well, a lot of the stuff here is like oil, suspended in oil. Um, cheese sweet corn. See, I've never heard of that. Red onions, really good for you. I put red onions and other onions on pizza. I can get for and prawns. No, those putting peanut butter with sardines. I know that doesn't sound good at all. Yeah, it sounds good. Fish and peanut butter is a strange but tasty combo. God. Look, I often do strange combinations, but that's because I have to. That's what I have in the house. And I'm like, oh, try this and that. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it works. If I like this and this, it's probably going to work. Maybe a strange combo, but sometimes you have to get creative in the kitchen, you know. But red onion, very good for you. I don't often. I go for more of a sweet onion, if I have my druther. But I mean, red onions are fine too. I mean, onions are pretty much not taste wise, but the same benefits across the way. Although there's additional benefits with red onion. Uh, but now you can make onion rings with that just as much as you can a sweet onion or a white onion. White onions, I don't think have much taste. What? Sardines and peanut butter sounds disgusting, but I bet it's damn good. Well, try it. Try it. I don't know how you do that. I guess you daub them off, and get it kind of dry, whatever. I don't know how. Would you dip it? I guess put it on the bread with peanut butter. See, none of that sounds good to me at all. But then I don't buy sardines. You know, never wanted to eat anchovy. If I got an anchovy, like on a buffet line, on a piece of my pizza, I'd pick it off. I wouldn't eat it. So I don't know that I've ever eaten knowingly an anchovy. Uh, and most pizza places, like I say, you could find anchovies on the menu, but not anymore, not for a long time. Of course, I don't frequent a lot of pizza places, unfortunately, because I don't eat out that much. Gable Penny Shot in the house. White onions don't have much taste when cooked, but raw, strong taste. Yeah, raw. Yeah, but now with onions, you have to watch out eating them raw. To make sure there's no mold, whatnot. Wash them thoroughly if you're going to wash it. I'd say wash anything thoroughly if you're going to eat it raw. But onions, I'm told, I think Shadowhawk turned me onto that. Glacier Mountain Comics says, I wish I was popular enough to crowdfund. I paid for all the art myself, but it looks like I'm going to be out of money for the lettering and printing. I got to figure it out. I'm stressing. Lettering shouldn't be that costly, my friend, to get a good letterer. There's good letterers that you can get for damn cheap. Uh, now if you're going to go Eric Weathers, I don't know what he charges, but there's some that can do just as well as Eric Sorry, Eric, if you're listening. 12 people in the house. Thank you. I may be one of them. I don't know. So would you, maybe we'll take a poll. Would you try? I guarantee you, if we had a poll up there, pepperoni, sausage, meat combo, whatever, which is kind of like ham, sausage, and bacon. What else? Pepperoni, things like that here in America, anyway. Uh, but we had tuna and prong with sweet corn. It would come in last on the poll. I'm just warning you right now, Carrie. I don't think anybody would pick that here. Now, how you stumbled upon that particular pizza, did somebody fix that over in the UK and you said this is lush, I'm going to fix this at home, or did you order it out? Are you fixing it at home? I don't know. I'll take a pizza roll, please, and a rain check. I'm not, if I want fish, I'll go eat fish or whatever. I I'll make some of those lush tuna patties that my mother used to make. Um, I roll them in the dirt for extra minerals. Yeah. Yeah. Lettering is like $35 a page. I know somebody that's good that's cheaper than that. But yeah, that can add up, especially if you have a larger book. I just met a guy today, Dario. Let me get some samples from him on letters, and I will gladly share it. And he's good. Yes, that's what the story of how you encountered. Yeah, what's the story of how you encountered that pizza, Carrie? We all want to know. Um, and are you making that? Did you make that pizza yourself, or did you like order it from somewhere? I wish I was popular enough. Well, you've been behind the scenes. You've been around long enough, that you should have a huge audience by now or whatever. Uh, I don't know. There's other options besides crowdfunding. You know, are we talking about food again? Yes. Well, Carrie kind of got us, on the sweet corn and tuna pizza. It's cheese, sweet corn, not cheese, sweet corn. But there was no, yes, drain it. Okay. It's a weird combo, but I like it. It has to be the sardines and water only, though, not the oil, mustard, or tomato paste ones. Yeah. Fish and peanut butter is strange but tasty. Yeah. No comma, see? Cheese, sweet corn. They've got a lot of strange food over there. So maybe there's corn and cheese. I don't know. Del A in the house. Every time Rex streams, I want dots. Oh, is it my camera? Is it pixelated? And is dots like dots the ice cream, the frozen ice cream? It's not bad. It's not bad. Think enough people know you to do a crowdfunding campaign. Rex, what is the sub count of the channel? The sub count right now is at, drum roll please, 458. So approaching 460. Woohoo! Good question, Omer. It gets us off the corn cheese subject, and the disgusting sounding pizza, which is lush. I have no doubt she's telling the truth. To each his own. If she loves it, she loves it. Yesterday streamed the latest and greatest, which was episode 1003. 64 views at closeout. Average view time almost 16 minutes with a high of 11. We've already beat that today as far as count. Our well, kind of got off that early, a little too early. That's what she said. Views are up 2.7K. Watch time hours 515.3. I don't know how you read all that, but they're out of the gray, the downward, arrows in there. They've been up in the green for a while, and that's good. People are watching, don't know why. A chicken in every pot. Today's episode 1004 is referenced back to the Great Depression times in America, where I believe it was FDR. Maybe, I don't know if it's FDR or not. Maybe somebody like Gable Pennyshot might know. He seems intelligent. He likes my stuff anyway. And that accounts for good taste anyway. May we all breathe easy and prosper. I believe a chicken in every pot was promised to people. If you elected him president, I think it was FDR. I'm not sure. It might have been an opponent to FDR. FDR was a douchebag in a lot of ways. He had communist sympathizers in the White House and didn't even know it. Duh. Spies. Or dots like jelly tots. I don't know what a jelly tot is. You speak a foreign language, even though you're English. Never heard of jelly tots. Just like we don't have jelly babies over here. Or your cookies, whatever they're called. The orange ones, the strawberry, whatever. Yeah, they are pretty good, but will stick your teeth together if not careful. Oh, the Dots candy. Oh, like here, Dots. Got it. The sign, the 10 sign here. Yeah. Yeah, those things will pull out your bridge work. It's whatever. I think they've gotten even gummier over time. Maybe they were always that way as a kid and I just ignored it because I had younger, stronger teeth and didn't care if I pulled out my dental work or not. Really. Fruit gums do that. Yeah. I got what you're saying now. I forget this is in the background. You just make me wanting Dippin' Dots. Yeah. Dippin' Dots. Hell yeah. About the only place you can find them now is at like a vending place machine where you can get a cup of that at the movie house, and I don't even know if they still have it there, but they probably do. But I haven't seen Dippin' Dots around. It was a thing that kind of came and went, but it's still around. I mean, probably in more metropolitan areas like where Shadow Hockey is close to Chicago or New York or whatever. They still got Dippin' Dots wherever, but our Baskin Robbins closed here. Frozen custard's big around here. They sell them. I mean, it's big enough. It's a treat place. Expensive though, for what you get, I think. And they just keep going up. They sell them in America movie theater since I was a kid. Dippin' Dots? Since you were a kid? Okay. I don't remember coming in that early. What, Dots came in, about maybe the 80s that I can remember. I don't think it was any earlier than that, but maybe they were, I don't know when Dippin' Dots were invented, Burkholder has arrived. Hello, Burkholder. Sorry I didn't say hi. I didn't notice. I was just trying to catch up with the chat and carry on the conversation because I'm carrying the show by myself today, apparently. Almost said, give me 10 minutes, and he takes how many? I don't know. What's it been? Well over 10 minutes. I can't tell time anymore, but he's been tired all day. What can you say? Dots are just like jelly babies a bit. Yeah. I'd say they're gummier than Jelly Babies. I just had that bag of Jelly Babies that Katie sent me, the remainder of the bag, and the dots are like they adhere to the tooth. Jelly Babies do not. But like you said, a bit, yeah, inconsistency and whatnot. But boy, they grab onto your teeth. They're very gummy, very chewy. It's like almost adhesive glue. Levi has an extra sub, still needs more than 16. Is he close to 500? Is Levi close to 500? You have a box. Well, that's not a box. It's actually a 10, you know, a 10 sign of the old candy. I heard the bloop. There's the glitch. Homer glitch. Oh gosh, Beach City sardines. You're not gonna try and eat those on the channel, are you? You got your fork
with
there.
some crackers. Sure, why
No.
not? Louisiana style hot sauce, baby.
No, don't eat them on here. There are people actually disgusted when I eat anything on the stream.
You think
And
so?
if you start eating slimy sardines and hot sauce and
Oh,
crackers,
Helder's down.
huh?
Helder's down
Okay.
for some sardines.
Well, he may be down for them, but he's not eating them online.
Carrie?
So, you know,
Oh man, that'd be something, huh?
I feel threatened. I feel like my personal space has been threatened all of a sudden.
With the sardines? Good lord. Let's see here.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. No one buys classic cars in the winter. Laugh out loud. I'll tough it out, but I wanted to get it out at the same time as Flash and Dillard, but we'll see. Why that? Now you have me intrigued. I guess I'm gonna have to drop the link for chicken of the sea sardines are vastly superior. What's the best
I,
tuna? Chicken of the sea.
I got some sardines in water.
Yeah.
I just took these because they have more flavor.
Only get sardines for my cat, Carrie says. Rex sent you a picture of jelly tots.
Jelly
Are dots like that.
I was hoping
You
to
don't
get the
think I've ever
snack
tried
in.
chicken of the sea sardines? Really? Okay. Going to have to look them up. Sardines for the wins. Sardinery is the coolest place. They bring you tins and wine, and there's Yacht Rock playing. Yacht Rock.
Haldir put up a new video, or
Glacier, you got time to come on and talk about it? If you do, I'll drop the link in the chat. Want to discuss this out or whatever, talk about it. Sometimes it helps to brainstorm. Looks like an old-fashioned gumdrop, right? It's kind of pyramid, shaped. Mark Walters in the house.
Talk about. What's up, Gable? Mike? Okay, well, I'll save this then. I won't eat this on stream because people get touchy.
Well, I'll tell you, like Margot, she doesn't like this. I don't know if it's the smacking or whatever. Doesn't like.
Maybe we'll work on this
Yeah,
guy.
a tin soldier. That's what you were drawing on there.
Tin soldier. Can I eat a
What do you
cracker
say,
on it
Dario?
on
Are you going to
stream?
come on or not? Call you out, boy.
Oh shit! I dropped my
Yeah, y'all are
crackers.
drawing Tin Soldier. I thought the Dawn show was on Sunday. Apparently, it's on Saturday, right?
Yes, sir. That's a Saturday night, 6
Okay.
Central.
Well, I caught the one the week before, and I could have caught this one. I actually popped in and saw it was active and said, "No, I don't want to do it. I just wanted to see if y'all were rolling or not."
Yeah, I saw you in the chat. I thought you were gonna pop in since I told.
Yeah, and then I went in and made my comments in the chat. No, I wasn't going to pop in. It's like, look, man, that means I'm streaming all day. I don't want to do that. That's why
I feel you, man.
Apex Hex, if you're listening, the
Mhm.
days of the Rex Hex and Apex are numbered. I don't like.
It's rough when you stream all day, man.
I
Like
know, I did
I
that.
can't
I went
eat.
from Rex Hex and Apex over to Shadows, and
I
then
can't
after
fucking
a
go to the
little
bathroom. I
hiatus,
can't. It's.
he's eating them anyway, folks. Or crackers. Okay, I'm trying to
Sorry,
talk anyway.
I'm eating a cracker. There, I stopped. It's done.
Damn, how to derail a show by Omer Glitch.
My bad, homie. My bad.
You and Elsie, I tell you
I'm done.
what, man.
I'm done.
You're spoiler on here just to mess with my mental process, aren't you? I think I gave me a few minutes just finishing my cigarette. Okay. Just let me know when you're ready. I guess I could send it over there to X. I do follow you over there.
Look at that.
Like
at
a
this
stalker.
babe. Look at this babe. Ooh, I got so much inking. I got to start painting these, baby. I got to start painting these. I'm an inking machine right now.
That's Glacier Mountain Haberdashery. Let's see that we don't
Glacier Mountain Water Comics. You want a little sneak peek at a character I'm developing?
Yeah, in just a second when I can appreciate it here, I'm dropping the link for
sorry.
Dario.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Dario. They don't call him Mario. They call him
He sent me
Dario.
a thing of a kitten eating Mexican corn.
Mexican corn.
Uh-huh.
Hell yeah.
On the cob,
Sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm. What's the difference between regular corn and Mexican corn? I guess the spices, right?
Well, Mexican corn traditionally has the different colored corn, but Monsanto's, the crop GMO company, has made it so that we have less variety of corn, and it's been a dying corn process. So, like, we have less and less colored corn. It's all the yellow corn, and the yellow corn, as much as they've tried to genetically alter it to make it better.
Yeah, and it's not.
It's not. And it's been whittling away at the Mexican corn, the traditional, the purple, the black, the blue.
Right. Yeah.
Corn.
They're phasing. I mean, they're trying to genetically phase all the good stuff out and give us this HMO stuff. You've seen probably the things the squirrels won't even touch it compared to the regular corn.
Yeah.
Shadow almost set on my pizza, Carrie says. I would say sit on it. It'll make it sweeter, Carrie. You might enjoy
Hello,
it.
Baba Boom. Hope you're doing well today. Dele, thank you, sir, for being a great part of the shows.
Yeah. Good to see you, Paul.
Haldir, thank you for dropping the links. Master Mod Haldir.
She says, you eat Omer, don't be a starving artist.
Oh, I got some Taco Bell coming a little later, but I was hoping to get a little snack in because
see, that's why I have mucho respecto for you, because you like the Taco Bell. I like the Taco Bell, but I only eat the tacos myself.
Yeah, I like the burritos.
All I want is regular tacos, no sour cream. I don't want the Taco Bell Grande, blah blah. Iced coffee. I don't have to get fancy. I just want a taco.
Yeah, I'm not
have
picky.
A regular freaking taco, or do I have to have taco? Like a? Now I will try the Dorito.
You like the hard shell or the soft?
It's okay, but those are. I mean, they used to be affordable. Even the regular tacos.
I agree.
But they keep going up and up and up, and I don't know that they're ever going to go down and down again. I can remember when they're like 79, 89 cents a piece.
Yes.
But no, $2 nearly for one taco. One taco? Is that going to fill you up? No. It's got to look. I mean, what's the oil is one of the most plentiful things on the planet. They call it fossil fuel, and it's not really. They want to do that because they want to sell it as a limited resource.
Yeah.
Everything's limited, but oil is one of the most plentiful things in the ground.
Even diamonds.
You've
That's
been sold a
diamonds are
bill of
total
goods. I can
bullshit.
remember growing up. Now, a quarter went a long way back in the late 60s, mid 60s. Okay. During the Depression, back in the 30s, a nickel would buy you a cup of coffee and a donut.
Yeah, I remember hearing
A
about
nickel.
those things. How a nickel could get you like so much.
Hmm?
It's that World Bank bullshit that is owned by J.D. Roth or whatever, the Rockefellers. They're the ones that truly own governments.
But are they?
I don't
If
know.
you
That's what
know
they say.
about them, I wonder if there's somebody else even higher up that you haven't heard about. See what I'm saying?
Absolutely, it's all BlackRock and all that nonsense.
Illuminati, and yeah, I mean,
Yeah, P
I mean, there's
Diddy.
definitely an underbelly to things. And my thing is, do you want to hear about the underbelly or not? Because it will skewer your way. Uh, well, look at the Wizard of Oz. There's an underbelly to the making of that
Right,
movie and the things that went on. Do you,
and
or
the
does that ruin the movie for you for now and forever?
right.
Do you really want to know the facts? And
I
if
want
you
to know and
do,
get rid of them. How do we get rid of them?
you may be changed forever. I think we're in a time where we, at least that's the thing that's being ushered in here with Trump, is that we want to know, the facts about the JFK assassination. We want to know. I don't know if he signed anything about UFOs, you know.
Yeah, I know they say they want to get rid of the federal income tax because it's really not. It's not necessary because it's all about paying back the interest on the dollar
Oh,
that's
cat's
being.
butt. Oh no, not nothing sweet about cat's butt. I thought you meant your butt,
Ooh, ooh.
which would be sweet indeed.
What's the pie? What's the bread or the cake that dump cake? Isn't that right? She loves the dump cake or your dump
Dump
cake
cake.
or
She likes me to say dump cake
mhm.
the way I say it.
Dump and pump cake. Yeah.
See, he hasn't understood that I will kick him. Just doesn't
Oh, I
understand that
love
I
it when
will
Rex
kick him
kicks
all
me.
year.
You bring me back on though, like John Malin though. You
Well,
praise me.
there'll come a
Be like,
time where you won't come back.
yeah, there
I
was
have
that.
kicked people and not brought them back. You obviously you haven't
Uh,
watched the show for too long.
yeah,
Um,
no, I've seen you do that. Yeah.
what do you have your what do you have on your in your tacos? Carrie wants to know. Omer.
I'm down with anything, even to the classic rice and beans, or just a buttered flour tortilla. That's a classic grandma tortilla there, which is delicious as well. I'm down with corn tacos, soft tacos, hard tacos. I love them all. And then even the ones you want to wrap up and call burritos, those are just tacos to me. But burritos are good too, yeah. Chimichangas, they just got the fried hard shell on the outside. It's all good.
You should always chew your food very well, whether it's whole kernel corn or whatever, to get to break it to help break it down for digestion and get all the nutrients out of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Have you guys ever had corn in a cup,
that's good
Mexican
advice.
style? It's got like the hot chili stuff and the uh I think it's like sour cream and cheese and
You done
chili
lost me
powder.
with the sour cream and the corn tortillas. I don't do the. I've tried to do the corn tortillas. I just don't like them. A flour tortilla all day long, and I know that's not as good for you. I don't know. It's probably 50-50. But the corn
Yeah.
tortillas, I just don't like. Maybe if I ate it traditionally made, if somebody
Yeah.
expertly the best it can be, I might like it. But
If you
I
ever
don't like
become a
the
snowbird
texture,
and
the
come down
taste
to
of it. Huh?
deep South Texas, I'll take you to some good taco places.
Well, it can't be too spicy though for me.
No,
Would
yeah,
it?
yeah. We've got it where it's not spicy.
Oh, Shadow is your. I forget, and your cat Shadow. See, that gets confusing because we got a Shadow Hawk and there's Shadow your cat. So that gets confusing to me when you're and you and in the chat you're like, oh, Shadow almost sat on. I thought you were talking to Shadow Hawk that you almost sat on your pizza. It wasn't that at all. It's our cat.
Jump, jump,
No,
bubble
that's not
gum.
nice at all. Get it out of the
Yes,
cat's reach.
Carrie, I like the way
But tuna, you can
Rex says certain
understand
words
why the
too.
cat likes fish. Um,
His lack of enunciation is
that's
fantastic.
one reason not to have tuna pizza.
Tuna
Uh,
pizza. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna make it. It sounds good. I thought you kicked me. I was like, why is it so quiet? Did he kick me?
no, I'm just taking a pause and reading, or I'm trying
Right, the
to
chat.
actually zone what you're saying out, so I can concentrate on the chat. I can't multitask like that and listen to you and do that. I just can't. My brain doesn't work that way. Sorry about that. If you
You're good,
ask me
sir.
really nice, I will set on your pizza for you, Gary. Shadowhawk
Oh,
said.
oh, oh.
I just like how Rex says dump cake, bubble gum, and some other words.
Yeah,
Omer is like me. He enjoys the abuse.
yeah.
Did I out your OnlyFans, Shadowhawk, for sitting on pizza? Whoops. Does
Yeah,
Omer
you can
sit on
find
pizza too? No, it's not a thing.
you
That
can
was a
find my
secret.
sitting on pizza pics at Hentai Honey Buns on Chatterbait.
I call Shadowhawk, and my cat Shadow. Okay, I'll keep that in mind from now on, Carrie, when reading your, you know, chats. I'm trying to zone you out.
Zone.
Well, I could be disingenuous and like, Omer, I'm hanging on your every word, but I'm not. I'm being very honest. I'm trying to sort of, okay, you keep talking, whatever. I'm going to read the chat here and catch up with the chat. So, because that's the way my mind works. If I could do
It
two things at once and listen to his blather and read the blather on the chat, then
it
I
does
would,
take a
but I can't.
talent to stream. It is very bizarre.
Mhm.
It is not like a conversation like people say. It kind of is, but it isn't because you have to wait and you actually have to watch the video sometimes to see if somebody's waiting to speak.
Well,
You can't just keep your
there
head
is an
down all
art
the
to
time.
it. There is an
Yeah, there
art to
is.
it where
Absolutely.
often, I've got some very funny jokes, but you have to pause for effect.
Right.
But when people stream, they want to be the next man that talks, the next
Right.
woman to talk. They want to jump in there. And there's no room to get that joke in there,
Right.
because you've done trampled over you've just jumped, you've not waited, you don't. And then there's some are like,
It's timing. Yeah.
well, I guess I'll leave.
Oh my
I saw
God.
somebody do that recently on a stream, and I'm like, okay, I hope I never see you on a stream again. You're not even trying to be entertaining. You're
Yes,
just like,
people who
or
talk
whatever.
really
Maybe you're just
slow.
being you, but
Oh
you want to
my
come on and have it.
gosh.
"Oh, I guess I'll just leave." So I thought, man, I'm depressed. I just want to go out and shoot myself after that. It's like, what the?
Yeah, don't pull the Eeyore. Don't pull the Eeyore.
Yeah, I, I don't get that at all. It's like, okay, leave. It's like when Elsie says, I'm gonna go get another Coke. Just get
Did I
up
hear a
and
boop?
leave. Just get up, and it would be funnier if you just got up and left, and and you gave me space just to make a comment and say, I guess
Yep.
I smell bad today or
I
something.
guess he's gonna
I
go
don't
take a
know. Or
dump.
just get up
Yeah.
and leave. You don't have to announce every little thing. You know what? I'm going to take a pause. Omer, take over the show. I got to take a shit.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
people don't
Yep,
need to
yep,
hear that.
yep.
I'm going to go up and get another cup of coffee. All right, get up
I,
and do it.
I gotta take
Go eat your
a
sardines
little
and
potty
crackers
break.
and cheese and squat and sit
All
on it.
right.
I don't
I
care.
got I got it. I got it. Let me open these up.
All right. Watch me. He knows I'll do it. I will. I'll nuke his
We'll
ass.
we'll do a
I'll totally
mukbang.
go.
Let's do a mukbang, Irene style.
I don't believe
We'll
in
do push-ups
totally nuking people, because they got a great thing called, and they've had it for a long time, a neutron bomb. And it just kills
in
the
their
people and
pants.
leaves the structures intact. That's brilliant. We just have to kill the human element, not destroy the whole world in the
Right.
process. Yeah. Tell
A
him he's
neutron.
not an airport. He doesn't need to announce his departure. Yeah. There you go.
That's
Tickets,
perfect.
please. Tickets.
Yeah, that's a great analogy there.
Oh, Shadowhawk, you say I doxed myself last week. People known who you are for a long time. I mean, you got your own name up on Instagram, and you always refer people to your Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, Glacier, how did you get into the? How did you get in here? Did I drop? Oh, I sent it to you on X.
Howdy,
Yeah.
partner.
I heard
Howdy.
the boop. I heard the boop. What's
I
up?
didn't
What's
hear
up,
the boop,
Dario?
but he said howdy in the private chat. So I
His name's
appreciate
not Mario.
So it sounds like you got a problem, Dario. I mean,
It's a me, Dario.
It's a Dario. Hello, Dario. It's a me, Luigi.
so I was very intrigued, not so much as I've screwed myself. I'm not well known. I haven't been promoting how I'm ready to launch.
Not so much that I screwed myself.
You could always put a butt plug up for an auction on eBay.
Well, okay. I tell you what, man.
You know, the Witten style.
Fingers on the trigger. He just doesn't realize it yet.
Witten style.
All right. I'm going to get this question out regardless of Omer. Dario, I was intrigued by your one comment in the chat. You said you want to get yours out before Yellow Flash and which is going to come out March. And I don't think it was on your agenda. I think last time you were on here, you weren't going to launch it as early as March, were you?
Yeah, I was shooting for March, but
well, why are you trying to beat them out?
Oh, I'm not trying. There's no way I'll ever beat somebody with as big an audience as Derek July or Yellow Flash, but
right.
I don't know. I kind of maybe it's stupid, maybe it's a personality fault of mine, but I have an axe to grind with these YouTubers that keep coming into the indie comic space. Like, I wish I had their audience, but
yeah,
I can't beat them that way, right? But I'll tell you how I can beat them.
By being more entertaining?
I know
getting more subs?
I know for a fact my story is going to be way better than anything Yellow Flash bumbles through.
Ooh, okay.
So story-wise, story-wise, I'll fuck a lot of people up.
I have no doubt you will. You've been working on this a while, kind of like I have. You know, the best kept secret.
Plus, I have an axe to grind. Like, wouldn't the artist that left me to go work on Yellow Flash's book?
Oh, okay.
Whoa!
The artist that had to send me back my $600,
which was Dillard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like,
what?
I have an axe to grind, right? Because like, for instance, Dillard would refuse to color my book. He just wanted to do pencils and inks, but look, he's coloring the whole Golden Patriot. So I have an axe to grind. I'm gonna show them.
But why did he leave you and refund your money?
Well, I'd leave me too for Yellow Flash with an audience like that. Right. What do you mean? That's the big
deal. He can't do both. Subs. He can't do both.
I don't know. Apparently, he couldn't. But he was doing Infinity at the time too, so that was making.
He was doing Infinity. That was a lot of work.
You guys want to hear some crazy shit? I'll get a little crazy, but
I'd leave you too for Flash.
Infinity's book's done. It should be out, but it's not.
Yeah,
that I know of.
Infinity came along, right? And then all of a sudden it was taking like 3 months to get my pages. But
and he
Infinity
was doing work for me, sporadic work for me during that time too, and other commissions.
Yeah. And then Infinity would, like, I'd be waiting on my pages, and then Infinity would be like, "Oh, look at Dillard's drawing poster number 7." It's like, what? Where's my shit? Like, but you know, I just kept my nose down because I'm like 20-something pages in. I'm like, oh, we're almost there. We'll keep going. And then the whole Yellow Flash thing happened, and I was like, dude, it's been 5 months. I don't have any of the 3 pages I paid you for. Right. And I don't know. I had a banner up on my YouTube stream like a fucking idiot that I am. And the banner during my live stream was like, please send me back my $600. It just kept scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And, you know, he sent me my money back, so that's good on him. I don't have any ill will towards him or nothing, but, you know, this is like Sparta indie comics. And I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show all of them. And like YouTubers that are coming in, like, it's good, right? Because they can supposedly bring their audience in, get more eyes on our books, right? But the thing about that I don't think is completely true is that these YouTubers, their audiences will buy anything they do.
Right.
They don't want to buy.
Yeah.
They don't want to buy comic books. They just
And
want
they're
to
not
buy whatever
interested in
their
buying
YouTuber is
Rex's
doing.
comic, or they're not interested in
Yeah.
buying Dario's comic. They're interested in buying Yellow Flash's comic.
So then these guys will come in and make us look like fucking schmucks because we can't raise the amount of money that they can with their big audiences. But the whole time, it's like, I don't know, quality has got to be a bigger thing in 2025.
I agree with that. I mean, that was always sold as that, right? I'm doing the best work of my career.
Sub-Zero Comics.
You know, if it takes a little bit longer, it was sold as a big event. I'm just going by what Ethan Van Sciver's said in the past, you know, that if it takes time and quality takes time, and I think a lot of people are waiting, you know, there's no way you could do that for Marvel or DC. You're on a time schedule. Although I know there's been some projects that were delayed and took years to do because they just were, you know, but it was usually on the speed of the artist.
And then I'm actually glad that I brought up my fucking weakness of not being popular enough to crowdfund, because now Shadow's got me thinking. He's like, actually, I think you are well known enough to crowdfund, but like so you know, like everything gets tight after Christmas, so I don't know.
Right.
Maybe I will be able to raise a little bit of the money for lettering and printing and paying and being able to pay RJ or whoever is going to fulfill it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I've
what about merch?
25...
What about merch? Putting out, you know, something.
I don't know about merch, man. Because you got to be popular to sell merch. Like,
I got a question for you, Dario. Does it hurt you any at all, like, to even try to just crowdfund? Like, is there a negative to the possibility of it, or like?
No, but like, it'll be my first campaign, so like, if I don't raise enough money, then it all just gets sent back to the people, right? Like, I won't be able to use it because I've paid like $25,000 so far for the art, and I'm gonna cover the art completely, but it looks like
where do you want to launch at? What platforms?
I have no idea. Like, honestly, I was thinking, you know,
well, my comic, you can put your goal at $1 and get funded.
Yeah, I know.
Indiegogo, $500
actual funding.
You could probably do at least $500, Dario.
And then I got a fortune cookie the other day, and it said something like, "Don't run from what you wanted." And I think that's what I'm doing. I think I'm running.
Yeah,
I gotta figure it out.
Run towards it rather than away.
But you haven't got one of the projects finished yet, but you're nearing completion. You still got lettering and coloring to do?
No. Coloring's all the art is done. It's just gonna be lettering, and then I gotta figure out how. I've never done this before, so I'm gonna have to bother somebody to show me how to make a print file. And then I was hoping to just be able to hit up RJ, but I'm gonna have to get my money up again. Hit up RJ and be like, I'm an idiot. Can you help me do the printing and the fulfillment?
Well, the printing, it depends who you're gonna go with. If you're gonna go with like Mixum or Wellsprings,
Mixum's expensive.
Yeah, Comics Wellsprings I hear is a little more cost effective.
But RJ gets really good looking hardcover books, so that's why I was thinking he'd be able to do that for me. But
and that's what I'm going to do with my artist hardback edition. That's the only reason I offered it up on my campaign is I knew RJ and George, that Peter Gaddis that works with him, could kind of do that for me. You know,
if they're willing to give you the information for free, cool, do that. But if they're going to charge you for doing something, figure it out yourself and don't pay them. You know, and you can find how to set up print files on YouTube all day long.
And the other reason why I wanted to use RJ is because, like, you know, he fulfills tons of books. He's trusted, whereas me, I've kind of spent since the tail end of 2019 till right now in 2025, I've just been fucking on here trolling like a fucking little goblin. So people probably aren't going to trust me with their backer info. But RJ, I'll just be like, I'm not seeing any of that shit. Don't even ask me. Just go ask RJ if you want a copy of the book. That way that's taken care of. He'll be like my Gothics, you know?
I mean, that's why I went with RJ Critical Blast. I could fulfill the fulfill this campaign like I did my last one on, eh, I mean, I've already bought the boards and bags for the books, Um, I could fulfill it myself, but I don't mind taking the time to do that.
Yeah, I could
It's a
fulfill it
pleasure.
myself too, obviously, but it's just like there's so many things that could go wrong. Whereas like
Right.
RJ is professional about it. As soon as
Well,
you send him a
I'm going to
shipment
give
of
him a
books,
shot.
yeah, he
That I'm
takes
going
out
to
and
use RJ this time around, and I wouldn't even try the hardback edition if RJ didn't know all that stuff already. And it was
yeah,
kind of
like
fits me.
he even takes insurance out on the books that he gets. So like that's something that I wouldn't have if I fulfilled it myself. Let's say my
Mhm.
house caught on fire, then I'm fucked. But RJ takes out insurance and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
he's putting out tons of books. I mean, over time, it's amazing. Not his own books, not necessarily even other books. He's probably his largest was probably Fiendish that he did with Rainey.
yeah.
You know, but uh, he's been on here and said my goal is to do this full time and quit my daytime job. You know, but campaigns come and go, so it's like, yeah, that's kind of iffy. You need enough campaigns to pay the bills, and make it worth your while to do it
Yeah,
full
see.
time.
Yeah, like that's the right mentality to have is like business, right? But for like me, right now my first step is I want people to take a chance and read it, and once they read it, I believe that they'll
Yeah.
be hooked. They'll
Well,
want more.
You can be
there's
the next Liam Gray with
No,
your
I don't want to be the next Liam Gray.
there
That
there's
guy's
you've seen Octopus Cowboy, right?
it's a
yeah,
joke.
yeah.
I mean, it's a wild concept, but great artwork, great trailer to sell it. Yet he doesn't have an on. It's like if a tree falls in the woods, did you hear the crash? I mean, was there a crash?
Yeah.
Uh, you can write. You could be Leonardo da Vinci and do a comic book, and it'd be just the most brilliant thing. And
Nobody sees it.
it's not going to sell it. It's not going to sell itself. You
Yeah,
can have
that's
the
why
best quality. You can have the Lucent. You could have Michael Bancroft's books, and unless you're Michael Bancroft with his presence, you're not going to sell it. I mean, you're not going to sell it as if you were Michael Bancroft pushing it every day. It's just not
yeah.
going to happen.
That's why I put selling it out of my head and
Did not
just
kick him, folks. He just bounced out.
I put sales out of my head and just focused everything on storytelling because like the worst that could happen if like I asked to go on like John, Shane, or Ethan's channels, Ethan could be like
Mhm.
no. So like that's out of my head because like
I don't think he's
Dark
ever
Gift
going to
and
let
stuff.
like a
So
Wanger, and not to pick on
yeah,
Wanger, or I don't think these lesser creators. I don't think some of the creators that had like a Magic Cop, like the Diaz brothers, uh, when they were starting out, not anything about the quality, delivery, or anything like that, but when they did not have a known presence in comics. I just don't think that he's going to take the chance to promote anybody like that like he used to. I
yeah,
think they're going to be pretty much professionals.
it's kind of like the WWF, like so they don't make stars anymore. They choose who they want to be the star because when they build stars up, the stars leave and go to Hollywood, like Hulk
Yeah,
Hogan, The Rock. So they've changed the way too. They don't superpower anybody anymore. Now they're all like in control, so that kind of stuff doesn't happen. It's the same thing now. Like I think he's been burned way too many times, and I don't know. I think
yeah, I think that's
yeah,
a big part of it. He's been burned by a lot of people,
yeah,
and he's kind of gun shy. But I mean, uh, yeah, I think things have changed as far as the way he approaches it, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're sticking your neck out and then it's like, yeah, they didn't fulfill, and it's, yeah, that looks bad. And the only
Yeah.
reason I know I bought books on nothing but because he's an influencer, right?
yeah.
And when he says this, go back this, it's a great project, and then they mess up, and he's not really got control over that because it's not an all caps comics. I get it. Uh, so you want reliable, people, but it's like I've seen projects like Octopus Cowboy, and it's doing okay. The second one's doing better than the other one, but there's no reason why Octopus Cowboy shouldn't be. Now I haven't read the first one, okay, but but I think the quality's there. So there's no reason why that shouldn't be 10, 15, $20,000 campaign, except the person doesn't get out there and promote it enough and talk about it and get people interested in what he's doing.
Yeah. See, I've been going like crazy thinking about all the different options and possibilities in my head. And like just the other day, I was even thinking about, dude, maybe I could just like Adam Lawson. He publishes books. He's got, I think he's like employed by Netflix too or something. So he's a publisher, and he seemed interested in Sledhead's art on Twitter. So I was like, oh, the worst they could say is no. And then Vito, Dick Masterson's host or co-host, Vito, he's starting his own imprint called Shonen Revolver. So there's an option for a publishing kind of deal there too. I don't know. But the thing about that is if you don't have an audience, you don't really have anything to leverage or negotiate. You're just like begging. So I don't know. I mean, oh, do you guys want to hear my fucking fuck? Will you guys promise not to steal this if I do this?
Yes.
I had an idea for a marketing plan.
Okay.
Sure.
So when EVS superpowered Liam's Dino King and whatever, and it skyrocketed, and then this girl Abra's 2 cents, she did a review on Liam's book, and like she's like super respected with her reviews. Like there's not a lot of places to go for indie comic reviews. So I was thinking, I would send her a copy of Sledheads, and what if I have to pay her, whatever, but ask her to give an honest review of it. But then to also throw in there during the review that this sob story, which is true, but the one that's like I can't afford to print it right now or whatever. So I would want her to throw it in there that she's sad that she has to send me the book back because this is the only copy that exists because he can't afford to print it right now. And so if the review is really good, everybody will be like, wait, what the fuck? I want that. And then they're going to want it even more because Abra's like, this is the only copy in existence. I got to send it back to poor Dario. What do you guys think? You think that'll fuck it? You think that'll create some demand?
If you know, like I had Mike Barron on here well over a dozen times, and I thought, for a future project, I would send him a copy like that and say, would you consider doing a forward for the book? To be printed in the book, send him an early draft of it without a forward, and if he deems it good stuff, he could give a yes or no. And he might want to get paid for that. I don't know. It never occurred to me that he wouldn't do that as a courtesy that you'd actually pay him. But I mean, I guess that's a possibility, because he is kind of, promoting the book. Yeah, I mean, I think you should take out a certain portion of your product, whatever your project, right, to give away. I gave, like, Phil Diaz is in the chat right now, or was.
Oh, there he is.
I sent him and his brother. Well, I sent one copy of the Devil Flyer Ash Can to them. And that I sent out a few promo, books out of the run. It wasn't any.
Did Phil Diaz do a review of your Ashian? Oh,
didn't ask him to.
What the fuck?
Didn't ask him to.
I thought I thought you were sending out promos.
No.
So
what do you guys think, though? Like, honest opinions. Do you think that's funny? Do you think Avra would be in on it possibly? Like, fuck, this is the only copy, guys.
Don't know till you ask.
I don't think she'd be. I don't think she'd be into it.
Fuck.
Yeah, based on what I've seen of her, I don't think so. She's cool, but I like she's really nice, and like you said, she's respected. But
I mean, I don't think it's like anything degenerate where she's like, I gotta mail it. I'm sad. I gotta mail this back to him because it's the only one in existence right now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
If you have a prop,
maybe.
That's one thing I always ask. Let me know in the comments, and they never do. Sorry. They never do. You can ask them an outright question. Now, Carrie was
Oh,
very
you want
nice to answer my questions about the sweet corn and the sitting on the pizza and all like that. But most people don't. If you ask them a question, you hear crickets out of the chat. That's just the way it is. It's like,
Oh, they're active today. They're gonna give you their opinion. They're
okay, Omer says I'm wrong.
the
He
chat's going wild.
contradicts me, just like Shadow. I can't win for
Well,
losing.
I said just today.
Just today,
Just
yeah,
today,
an
bro.
anomaly. Yeah.
Normally, I've seen the crickets in your
Yeah.
chat too.
You know
Yes,
what's
I've seen
crazy
that
though?
normally.
I had a YouTuber tell me that when you hear all those channels say like, subscribe, and hit the notification, like that shit, I guess, like those words, that phrase,
Mhm.
The algorithm picks it up and it fucking like does harm to your channel. Like you get like booted out of the algorithm every time it hears that. It kicks the people out that say that, like, out of the current algorithm loop.
Wow, I didn't know that, but
Yeah, and it's like counterintuitive. I'm like, how does that make sense? You want people to sub to you and hit
Right.
like, but it kicks you out of the algorithm
and
when it
just
hears
as a
that.
reminder, because a lot of people come in and they don't hit it immediately, and maybe they usually do.
Oh, is that on live streams though, or is that on pre-recorded videos? Because there is a little bit of a
Oh
difference.
yeah, I'm not
the
sure. I
algorithm
should have asked. Huh?
Yeah, it's probably on the
Maybe
pre-recorded videos.
pre-recorded. Yeah, there's probably a difference on that.
Because Rex has been having great success. We're on the road to 500. He's at 458. If you're new here, please like, share, follow, and subscribe to
Oh,
Rex. We're trying to
you
get him
just
to
killed my
500.
algorithm. What the hell?
Could you guys
Well,
You did that
imagine
on
an
purpose.
alternate world where Rex and Dario had switched places and Rex had been trolling this whole time and Dario had been the collector? Could you
Yeah.
guys picture Rex trolling? I've never seen Rex troll.
Yes, I can. He's good at it. He's good at it. I've seen
I've
him
He's
done
do
a
it.
trolling right
little
now.
bit of it. It's not in my nature like it is. It comes second nature to Omer and Shadow. They're more snarky than I am. I'm only snarky if I'm mad.
Oh yeah, I've seen Mad Rexy one time. I
Yeah.
won't talk about it, but it was.
You want me to take my shirt off, Dario?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that shirtless Rexy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
he
done
does
that a
troll a
few
little
times.
bit.
Yeah,
I've done that a few times. I did that.
he pulled
I
that
did
on
that
my
about
stream.
a month ago, actually.
So that's Mad
I
Rex?
don't think it was my
I thought he
stream.
was
I
just
don't know.
trying to
No,
be
that's not
sexy.
Mad Rex. Like Mad Rex is if you bring up like high art or anything like that.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
talk about modern art with Rex.
Yeah. Well, don't
You have a beef with
look.
modern art
Don't.
too, Rex?
No, I
do
don't have
too.
a
I
beef
think the
with
whole
modern
art scene
art
is.
at all. It's others
Oh,
that have a
okay.
beef with modern art. They're like, if it's not sequential cartoon artwork, I don't want to hear about it. And it's like, there's more to art, folks, than that. Just look at the.
Oh yeah.
But whatever. Don't get me off on this.
Well, I have issues with the academia of modern art because it's all BS.
Well, I mean,
Rich
everybody's
people.
got an opinion. It's like, but have you studied it out? Have you learned? Have you tried to
Yeah.
appreciate it? 9 times out of 10, they haven't, but they still say that.
Right.
I know what
The
I like
artwork
when
itself,
I see.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you study the circumstances that the art was done in, maybe we'll feel the same way. Maybe you won't. All I'm saying is I've studied it out and have an appreciation for it, and have never had a problem with, Jackson Pollock or others like that. I think some of it that came afterwards that was derivative, but I think what he was doing was a natural progression of art. I don't think it was lazy at all. I can
Yeah.
point to certain things and people are going, there's not imagery. What? Or whatever, and yeah,
That's the
Pollock
great thing
kept
about
coming
art.
back to imagery in a lot of his stuff. It's like, but
Art
anyway,
is subjective. That's the great thing about it.
it's
But that
subjective.
that
Look, you like what you
appreciation that you're
like.
talking about, like
But
I
there's
think that's
been
what's
art
missing
that I
today,
didn't
man.
necessarily like, Dario,
But you still
even in
appreciate it
comic
though.
books like classics like Ditko
Yeah.
or Gene Colan that much, But now I appreciate their stuff.
Yeah. That's
Now
what I'm
that I
saying. Like,
learn about their whole portfolio of what they did in comics.
yeah, that's what
So
I'm
I have a
saying. Like,
greater appreciation. I had to grow in it, and
yeah, this generation, they seem to like because like maybe it's like 2 generations now we've been screwed the pooch on even, but like back in my day, like for example, like something like music, right? where you study the history of music. You see what was popping in a certain country around the same time. Like, wait, what was the 70s like in Turkey, right? It was called like digging in crates. You go through and you do your homework and you appreciate all of it. And that's what I think is missing today. I think this generation, like with cell phones in our hands and the
Yeah.
information at the tip of your fingers, nobody's digging anymore. Nobody's like appreciating it. Like that's what I feel is missing, like with the movie Joker 2. Like I'm like, how could the world, like half the world, be so fucking wrong about that movie? It was fucking amazing. And it's because they're not appreciating the art
Yeah,
of it,
that
man.
movie is
It's
amazing.
like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
highly
Uh-huh.
artistic. It was fucking great, dude. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Once you understand what's actually happening in that
So
movie,
that's why I'm like,
it's
I
kind of
can't. It's
opening.
hard to trust. That's why Abra, like I brought her up. Like it's hard to trust reviews nowadays. It's almost like you got to go see it for yourself. Like there's like agendas or people are being paid or something. I don't fucking know, man.
Oh yeah, and most reviews like online and YouTuber wise, they're very negative. There's not very many positive like reviewers online. They all want to trash everything.
It's because there's money to
That's
be made.
that's true. I mean, honest review of books, and if you review books, that's probably all you need to do, because you're going to make enemies. It's a no-win
Mhm.
situation. I don't see a book
Yeah,
reviewer
it's hard
as
to be a
a,
creator and
and I
review
don't
shit.
think that people are going to either buy it or not. I don't think it's a make or break thing. People, if you become a respected, known for honest, but then like you said, Dario, it's subjective.
Yeah.
So,
Because
but
I
if you're an
understand why they don't like
influencer,
Joker 2. I understand why they don't like Joker 2, but I don't understand how they can't appreciate it. Because it's not the sequel that they wanted, and number
right?
one was like comic. It was
Well,
the comic book
that's a
people
big
would want.
part of it right there. Is people go into it with preconceived ideals of what they want it to
Yeah,
be, and they don't get that. So automatically they're disappointed.
yeah.
That's that.
It although it does make sense, like that's the Joker 2 follows
Yeah,
Joker
it's like
1,
the
like it
perfect
literally
sequel. It's
does.
just
Like
not. It's not what like number one. What they gave, it was fan service. They gave us comic book nerds what we wanted. But number two is like high
uh-huh.
art to me, and it's like somehow it's even
Yeah.
better. But since it's not like number one, like I don't know.
Right. They wanted what they got at the end of Joker number 1. They wanted him out in the streets creating chaos, and he's getting put into the cop
Yeah,
car at the end, and you see all the people rising up in the Joker masks and all that, and you feel the sympathy for this piece of shit human being that he is, because he really is a
yeah.
piece
But
of
you gotta
shit,
have
right?
consequences when you do
And
bad shit, man.
right, exactly. And you see him in prison, and all of that
And
happens
then
in his
all these
brain and in
motherfuckers are
prison.
complaining about like the
Yeah,
courtroom shit. Oh, I'm like, do you guys know about Daredevil? Have you ever
yeah,
watched Daredevil or like any Batman,
yeah,
Harvey Dent? Like, what are you guys
Heard of
talking
Perry
about?
yeah,
Mason? Perry,
Yeah,
yeah.
courtroom drama, if done well, is some high tension dramatic stuff.
yeah.
Can be. And it's very hard to write because you got to know the legalese of it. If I was Tom Clancy, I could do it, you
And
know.
so that's what I feel like. I feel like they're all simple brained, and because they didn't get a big blockbuster action movie, they can't admit that something is
Right.
good,
Right.
man.
And I think that's all a lot of people
Yeah.
want is an action movie.
Joker 2 was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which is what it should be because he's a
Yeah.
nutbag, which we learned in part 1.
Dario, behind the scenes, you need to get together with some people that you trust and brainstorm. Just simply,
Yeah, that's hard, man.
there is
I don't A lot of people don't like me.
okay. Well, I mean, bring
But
your
yeah,
enemies
I'm
on,
gonna reach out
whatever.
to somebody and I'm gonna see if they can like either teach me how to, because I'm fucking dumb, but teach me how to make a campaign page on
No,
Indiegogo
you're
or
not
do it
dumb.
for
You're one
me.
of the smartest people I've ever met. You're not dumb.
Or I was thinking about a Shopify store too. Maybe that'd
Yeah,
be
I was
easier
going to
for
say
everybody.
Shopify. I was thinking about that.
Or
Uh,
Amazon, like Timmy. Timmy does Amazon. So maybe I could
yeah.
just do
Well,
that.
I
'Cause
mean, you
everybody's
can.
got Netflix and Amazon pretty much worldwide. So maybe that's the best place.
Well, you could put like things that are related to your campaign on there, and if you don't, and then they have templates to things like I want to do puzzles for my mother because she works at puzzle table, and she'd be so proud to see a Devil Flyer puzzle. You know,
Yeah, it'd be badass.
uh, and I'd be proud to produce something like that. Do I think it's going to be a big seller? No, but I have an alternate reason for doing that.
Didn't Bancroft do puzzles? And he sold
There are
out.
a
He
few
sold out
people
on
that
all
like
his puzzles.
puzzles, yeah. And Bancroft, is a league of his own. I don't expect to, you know, do that many puzzles. But if I sold a bunch of puzzles, great, But puzzles been around for thousands of years. I don't imagine it's like, oh, this is something, gonna sell a ton of.
Bancroft is responsible for unleashing me on all of you guys down here in the Indies. That was the first stream ever, first time I ever got on a panel, and then I got voted off because I was wasted, but I was on there for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Stabby McGee, call him Stabby.
How cold has it been there for you, Dario?
Actually, today was decent, but like every day it's been like anywhere from like 7 to 12. But today it was like 24, and I'm like, I probably should have cleaned my car up, but I'm like, nah.
And yeah, that 5 or 10 degrees makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, especially with wind.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually gotten above freezing here, which has been a blessed relief. Only at night is it getting down below freezing. So.
Yeah, glacier winter is definitely coming though. It snowed in Texas, snowed in Florida, snowed in Georgia. That's glacier winter, baby. You guys are seeing the signs of the universe talking to you.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we all need a fortune cookie to better guide us.
I don't know. We're so fucked over here. They'll probably ask you if you want a gluten-free one.
But I think you need to get together with a few people that either like or hate you. Let me put that caveat in there and brainstorm, and I mean, you need to have an inner circle that you confer with anyway, within this realm, because we've all seen different things and approach different, I believe the Bible said there's wisdom in a multitude of counsel, so and I think that's kind of what you're saying too. You're talking about, well, this person's influential, that person's influential on that channel. Yeah, we should all strive to be influential within our own sphere, things, and a mover and a shaker. And there is a business side to it, and you can expect to probably lose money on your first venture anyway. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to recoup your money. I've already said that when I was employing Vic. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to make any of this money back, and that was before I couldn't use any of his art. You're just gonna, on that first venture or two, you're just gonna have to build on, as I say, unless it's a breakout hit. I think Roach Boss did really well because of his trailers that really caught people's attention, and he caught enough attention to get some of the bigger channels to play it, because it was the dopest thing out at the time. You're making a big splash.
I think I noticed too that even before his trailer, I think he was on a super chat run for 3 months.
Yeah,
every show was like Roach Balls, and nobody knew what it was, but it was just super chat was Roach Balls.
He was seeding interest.
But look how fast he backstabbed them though. So that's what feels like. The wrong people always get picked, but we'll get there.
Yeah, what's the story on that? I don't remember hearing a backstab.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna get into it here then, but yeah,
he's just gonna allude to it and leave it dangling.
Allegedly, he backstabbed Mail-In and EVS and all them, so that's why he was basically cut off. They went their own way. Him and Black Rose.
Carrie obviously doesn't know you. She says Dario is funny. I didn't know I had new chat here. This thing doesn't scroll like it should. Well, look where it's gotten Dillard so far. I love him, but he mad. He mad his choice. He made his choices. Going to have to live with him. Yellow Flash cut his campaign in half like the drunken dumbass he is.
Oh yeah, and Dale, whoever Dale A is, if you steal my Like you said, you were gonna steal my Abra idea.
Who said that?
I'll find you, Dale.
Oh, it's Dale.
Dale's a
Yeah.
good guy. I don't think he'd
Don't
do
steal
that.
my idea.
Tax season
Dale.
is in the air, Dario. Get in there. Yeah. There's more money, I think, at the beginning of the year, with tax refund people. Hey, Tree
Yeah.
Goblin. Sorry, I didn't see your comment quicker than this.
Wait, so Omer's gonna be doing the interiors possibly on the Battlehawk?
That's the rumor so far.
Ooh.
Tree Goblin says, Dario,
Hopefully
do
it's
the
good.
nosebleed bit.
I don't know about that guy.
No, that's for my channel, Tree Goblin, not on Rexy's.
At least he
Oh, you
doesn't.
know what you could do for me, Tree Goblin, honestly? This is so fucking no, I'm not gonna do that on Rex's channel either. I didn't know Risey's situation, you know? And now I
Rising.
know and I feel kind of bad, but it is what it is.
Well, he's a bogan, isn't he?
Oi.
He's out in the Australia, where we don't just drink beer.
Who's in
We hunt it
Australia?
down. Risey.
Yeah,
Risey's an
Risey.
Australian.
Yes, Risey is in Australia.
Hello,
Yeah,
Risey.
once I got on that first stream with Bancroft, then like shortly after that,
Psycho Clumber. I think you meant slumber.
oh dude, I'm
Kickstarter.
taking that
This Friday.
Clumber.
Okay, with a new cover. Cool.
Man, Phil's been killing it with the writing. He's writing pretty good.
Yeah, bro. Adam Lawson is super cool, man. I the first time I came across him was like I think it was Kill Journal. Yeah, Kill Journal. He's so cool, dude. Like all these reviews he does, like the comic books that come out every week. Guy's a badass. He knows his comic books.
Kill Journal. Yeah. Kill Journal. Yeah. I'm like, I know that name, Adam Lawson, and I'm trying to.
And then I think he did some
picture him,
stuff
like-
with Von Klaus too. It was like fuck, I forget what it was called.
That one
No,
character.
it was like
yeah.
it was like
that,
it was like ninjas, like psychic ninjas, and they all had a different psychic ability. I forget what it was called.
Oh, that's cool.
Man, I must be really behind here. Let's see. Industrial.
Yeah, the chat was popping off.
Review. Yeah, and it wasn't moving on StreamYard, maybe because I moved up in the chat and it wasn't on the latest comment.
Yes, it got stuck.
The one thing about Restream though is that you can put it up to the side which is pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm on free StreamYards because they tried to charge me $56 a month now. So I'm like, no, I went down to the free plan and I'm all out of
me
time
too.
for
And
4 more days.
I hear Jason Baskin's going to do it. A lot of people are doing it. That's why we're on Restream today because I'm out of hours. Free StreamYard hours.
Yeah, you got to dual stream your.
Yeah,
software.
it was recommended to me that Rumble also streams to. So have any of you tried the Rumble option?
It's like
I need to. Howlier says it's good.
no,
I'm
I heard Rumble has a lot of problems still though that YouTube doesn't have. Like a lot of like how when a stream stops on YouTube and then it'll start up again in a little bit. On Rumble, Rumble just completely ends the stream. Like it doesn't restart up.
Oh, so it has a refresh problem. Yeah, you have to refresh your browser manually, I guess. That's what it sounds like.
But yeah, it's like $400 something a year now for StreamYards. Like, how the fuck do they do that? That's almost like that's more than double than what we were paying.
It's because they added all those new features where you can round everything and make it silly.
I like that one that Liam found. Fuck, what's it called? New set or no? I don't know. It's some Japanese wordy thing. It's kind of just like Restream.
I haven't heard of it.
Gable says, I just hope I can get my own Gothics one day.
Gothics.
Okay. Like the big boys. The one thing smaller channels are lacking is having the production quality of the bigger boys. Their trailers are great. Their marketing materials isn't just a random panel from their comic. Yeah, they have more resources. Where's that 100,000 that's supposed to be recycling through here?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
100,000? Where?
Yeah. You remember there was some in the year or so ago in CG. It was like alluded to that they were.
Oh, passing
It was
along
the
the same
same
money.
$100,000 being made,
Yeah.
cycled around to different campaigns.
Yeah, that was going around the old days that they were just laundering the same money. What the fuck? I know that wasn't true. I know that wasn't true because I remember the Brightwisers, Pencil Neck Mitch and them. Like as soon as they got their campaign money, they were flaunting sports cars and vacations.
Well, that was
like,
only for a month, Carrie, and eventually runs out. But I mean, they've upped the price to like $46 now, and without telling anybody. That's the thing about it. I think a lot of people are going to that. The Momentum Verse thanks you for your support, Carrie. Absolutely.
Please feel free to donate to Rex's PayPal. It's found in the description below. If you want a shout out,
No,
or
it's
a
not,
mention,
but it should be
type it in the
probably.
description.
That's one thing that I haven't done along the way. I've asked you to support the project and actually get value, something for your money, instead of just like super chats and all like that. Super chats are great, but it's not something I actively seek out. It'd be nice to get monetized and get that. That would help the channel and production of things, as it would anyone trying to produce cool stuff for cool people. And I do look at every supporter as a producer, uh, whatever you're trying to do, whether it be a homemade movie or a comic or a novel or whatever. If you help it financially, you become basically more than a backer. You're one of many producers of the book. Cool thing to do.
You're not just a backer, you're a part of the family. Come on, join the family.
The cool thing to do for a while
Back
for
us
the bigger
today.
guys is to buy a new house after their first campaign. Yeah.
Yeah, like Dan Fraga or PTP.
Am I censoring your chat or am I just not seeing it? I mean,
I don't even want to think about it like that. At least not yet for the money. Because, I just thought about it my whole life. I've never made any money from selling any of my own created comic books. So, I'm good. I just want them to be just get hooked. Get hooked on the sled heads.
Well, then give it away for free. That's your goal.
No. Can't give it away. You can't give away something.
It's because you paid money to an artist.
Well, yeah, but not only that, you can't give away something for free that you put your heart and soul into, unless you're like God. But I'm not God, unfortunately.
Well, I have noticed.
Or Peter.
I have noticed.
I have aged in dog years being in and around the slums. I'm not giving this shit for free to these kind of folks.
Well, I think that there's a few copies, like I said, that you could send out for free to certain people that
promo
would like
copies,
to look at it and whatnot. But you always need a few promo copies for people, or I don't know, gratuitous. What would you call them, Omer? Or Dario, help me out here.
Solicitation copies,
complimentary copies, I guess.
Yeah, I would say
complimentary copies to people. And you can always, take that off your taxes as promo stuff. I'm trying to wonder
and I would
figure out right now the campaign funds I got, but the campaign funds went back into the book to get the book produced. Did every dime? No, but pretty much all of it did, so it's not like I made the money. I guess you report that, but then in deductions you take it off your taxes. So that's what I'm dealing with this past year's taxes is the campaign funds. You know, did I actually make any money? Yes. Did I keep it? No. It went right back into producing the book.
Does that W-9 shit that you have to get from your freelance workers if you spent your business's money hiring them? Does that W-9 shit apply to people out of the country too? I don't think it does, right?
Ooh, I don't know about
I don't know
another
about
country.
another
Yeah.
country. I don't know. You had to ask H&R Block or somebody like
Nope.
that. Above
Not
my
doing
pay
it.
rate.
Not it.
Like
Paul asked, "What do you think about sending digital copies as probably?" Yeah, and you can send additional stuff on the digital too. It can be as big a file as you want
I don't
instead
know
of
about
printed
that
books. Just
either,
wondering,
bro.
yeah,
That's
especially
when
overseas.
piracy. That's
Yeah,
how
well,
piracy happens.
pirated. Yeah.
I don't know about all that digital
Yeah.
promo copies. No, that's a bad idea.
Okay. Well, what about
Yeah.
watermarking it?
Okay.
I mean, making it where you can be
Oh yeah,
pirated.
I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. There's like Photoshop and AI nowadays. I'm pretty sure people could like
They can
surpass
clean it
that
up.
shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I mean, look, if you look at Gable says, just remember, fellas, 99.5% of all indie creators die unknown and penniless. Okay. Most people, I said this the other day, name me
Isn't that how
1,000
everybody
people,
dies though?
name me 1,000, name me 500. You'd probably be hard pressed to name me 100 people in history that are remembered for anything. The majority of people on this planet will not be remembered past after they die. Some people will
Wait,
become known after they die, especially in the arts, but that's after they die. That didn't do you any good while you were alive, right?
that's how everybody dies though. Penniless and alone. You don't take anything with you.
Yeah.
In the 6-foot hole. If you're lucky.
Well, really, immortality, in this world is people that remember you. But after a while, they die out too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most people will die, live and die and be forgotten. That's just the majority.
Well, if technology keeps progressing the way it does, and we don't have an atomic bomb and go back to the Stone Age, everybody on YouTube, we might exist for
We'll
quite a
do a
while.
story like that where
At
that
least in
happens
video.
in the world, right? You start out with cavemen and cave paintings at the start of the story, and you end up that way after a nuclear holocaust. Them starting all over again.
Yeah.
The Great Reset.
Yeah.
I think that's the
Yeah.
great thing about storytelling though in general, right? Because like no matter how many people die in and die out each
Mhm.
generation so far, right? People still know people like Shakespeare, and those things last forever unless you like live in an Islamic country and they burn down your library. But
That's a good point, Baba Boom.
Paul says, I'm talking about just to trusted people you're fairly certain aren't going to steal from you, but may be willing to talk up your book to their audience if they genuinely like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is Shane and Mandy still doing what is it? Indie Pimp My Comic? Are they still doing that show? I think they do it like twice a month.
oh, that's pretty
Or they
cool.
used to.
Have a rotating type thing, and yeah. But I wouldn't want to be a reviewer. That's like putting a target on your back. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. Because there's going to be people that like that.
Yeah.
Rex says he likes that. I bought it and I thought it was a ripoff and it's shit, and then if you say it's bad, then you got the
Yeah.
creators mad at you, you know. And how to piss off the artist, and then they'll never want to work for you. It's not a good thing. A creator
Yeah.
shouldn't be a reviewer. What do you think about that, Dario?
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's pretty true. But
Yeah.
People need to get thicker
Yeah,
skin.
essentially,
I mean,
yeah, if you're going to be on the internet,
yeah. Well, as an artist, I mean,
essentially review
or as a writer
copies. Yeah.
too.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like human nature always goes back to Game of Thrones type of shit. Like,
Yeah, because you can only take so much trolling. At
yeah,
some point,
like
the
if
trolling
you're like, oh, people
becomes
need to get thicker
unbearable.
skin, but you don't know how like vengeful
Right,
human nature is and how petty people are. It's like no
right.
I
matter
know how
what,
petty and vengeful I am, and it's pretty scary.
the
So
pooch is screwed either way. Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
don't poke the
Yeah.
dog. You know, I my favorite saying is, "Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry." You know,
It's not easy being green, baby.
What's my favorite saying?
How am I shooting you down? You love poking me, Shadowhawk. That's all I got to say. How did I shoot you down? I'm highlighting everything you're putting up there pretty much in and I don't know, whatever. No, oh, you mean the review? Look, I'm just saying it's, if you're going to be a creator, a reviewer is not going to garner any friends, I wouldn't think, right?
I think it's possible, but it's probably a fine
It's a
line you have to
fine
walk, and
line,
it's
and
going
that's
to
a
be
line
kind of
I
Oh,
know how
hard.
to
bro,
go, you
I
know.
think
Yeah.
you just did it. I think you just expanded my mind. I'm gonna be a reviewer. He said, "What'd you just say? A reviewer is gonna be hard making friends, right?" Well, I already
Yeah.
can't do that, so then I can be. I should be all right being a reviewer.
I think there is some wisdom in that, Dario. You can become so controversial that people take an interest in
No,
what you're doing. I know that's probably not what you were saying, but there are people that can ride that horse, become,
It's easier to be
yeah, I
a.
should not be a creator.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I got it. I got it. Finally figured out what you were trying to say.
I think about it a lot.
It's easier to be a reviewer if you got a nice pair of
Well,
jugs
that
and you got a
helps
low
too.
crop
Yeah, I
T-shirt.
mean,
That always helps.
if I
Yeah,
were a beautiful woman, we'd
less
already
people will
be
hate you.
monetized.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and if I was
100%.
willing to sell it, you know what I mean, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, a little feet content, a little OF content, and you'd be set. You'd probably give up doing
I
this
don't
and
know.
just
I've
do
thought
that,
about
huh?
it for a while. I'm like, am I just wasting my time down here doing like EFAB shows and trying to be like the normal comic book YouTuber, or should I just fucking kick in the fifth gear and be Riley 2.0 and just go for it, go for the gold?
The full
Gable
Monty. You're
says
gonna give us the
Dario
full
had a
Monty
villain
show.
arc a few months ago. What happened?
He's on his redemption arc now.
I'm still a villain.
Path to
Still a
redemption.
villain, and he's a code villain,
Oh
chilling like a
shit.
villain, in the code. Every time he
He's
goes out
got
to
a
take a
cold heart,
smoke.
folks. He's got no
The only
All
soul.
bad
right.
thing about Restream
His
is that
record bottoms.
the green screen virtual backgrounds don't work, so I gotta have my camera off.
That's all right. You got a wonderful icon going on there, especially this time of year.
Hey, I'm just
Even
chilling on
snowmen
this
like to
bench.
read comics.
I'm just chilling on this bench, reading these comics.
If you go to Fund My Comic, just put Fund My Comic on the book, and you got it, man.
See, I don't think I can go to Fund My Comic either because
Why? Because of
um
your material?
no, I trolled the shit out of Luke Stone.
You
Oh my
don't know if
god.
you
You
well,
trolled Luke.
He was
Oh.
he was
He'll
like,
let you
Dario,
on.
are
He
you
doesn't
kidding me
give a
right now?
shit.
He's like, you're trolling me, right?
I don't know what is the minimum over at Kickstarter. Does anybody know? Is that $500? Like
I don't know,
over on
but I'm not
Indiegogo?
I'm
That
not
sounds
going to
about right.
Kickstarter. I'm Comicsgate. I'm not.
I got it. Okay. So I mean that pretty much leaves you with Indiegogo, and that's minimum $500. I think you can do at least $500. But what is your expectations? What kind of splash do you want to make? Realistically, what would you like to make on your first campaign? As much as you can. I get it.
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna make anything. So I don't
Well,
know.
if you don't believe in it, why should we?
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
don't know, man.
You got to
You're
change
right.
your mindset.
I think
This is the
Omer's.
greatest thing. You got to get out there and say, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, which came out in 1928, apparently.
This is anchovies and pizzas. Everybody gonna love it. Tuna and sweet corn, baby, on pizza.
I don't know. Maybe Indiegogo is not the right place for me though either.
Yeah, I don't think you should be beholden to Indiegogo.
I think I just want to do like a
Kickstarter.
Shopify storefront or an Amazon storefront, and just be like, "There's only 600 copies. If you want it, there it is."
You could do that. Shelby
I'm
does that
putting
type of
myself
stuff
in
all
a
the time
corner
with
though,
his
because with
comics.
crowdfunding you can make way more than 600 copies. So I kind of put myself in a corner
Yeah.
because if you calculate 600 copies, you know what you're gonna make. But if you go
600
crowdfunding,
copies
you
is
never
a
know.
lot for the
Yeah.
indie type thing,
Yeah.
especially a first campaign. You know, if you're
Three-
going to crowdfund it.
I was gonna
Full
go
color?
with
Are you doing
300,
full
but
color?
I'm like, if I get the chance to get the money, then why not do 600, and then I can go to cons and stuff. And
Why you should always
movie
overprint so
studios.
you can go to cons and have extra copies, because eventually, if it catches on, you're going to want those extra copies to sell at a premium. You know,
Well, also, if you print a larger quantity, each unit price goes down by
exactly,
a shitload.
and
That's a
for
big-
damaged
that's a big
copies for
part of it.
replacement. You know, of course, you got to allow for that. The thing about Amazon, though, they take out a chunk, don't they?
Oh, do they? I don't know. I have to talk to
I mean, I
RJ.
think
Yeah, but it's not that
Timothy
big.
Olsen.
But their quality is not good enough.
Yeah,
to
it doesn't
comic
print on
books.
demand.
That's
Suck.
that
Print
was the
on demand
last.
sucks.
Yeah. Well, the Amazon one does because they're primarily set
Like,
up to
you
print
know
text.
what?
I don't know if it's gotten better.
There was this one kid that I first met when I was in CG. I forget his name, but he printed with Kablam, and he was always on Pete Sametti's. It's Maverick.
Old, yeah.
Maverick was the character's name, and the kid was like, he was only like 16.
Noah McTuckus.
Yeah, Noah. I had him on my channel and stuff too. Dude, the quality of his Kablam printed Maverick book, the first one he did, was the same quality as like all the other fucking Comicsgate books I got. The only difference is that the cover is like some paper or cardboard stock or something. So fucking sucks for that.
Yeah, I printed with Kablam. Me and my buddy's book, like it was printed with.
Do you like the slick stock paper, or do you like a matte finish?
It was good.
Daria.
I guess it depends. With Christian's artwork, man, I feel like the best thing would be newsprint, but I know nobody's gonna give up their newsprint sources, so I'm just gonna put it on probably matte finish. I don't really want glossy because it's supposed to it's old school color palette, old school comic feel to it.
I think a lot of people. I think it depends on how it's colored. You know, if it's like the digital coloring, maybe it does look better on the slick stock, but I've never been a big proponent on the slick stock. I like more of a matte finish, less glare. I don't need to, less chance of the form sticking together. And back in the day, they used to bubble up and separate from the paper. You know, I buy a book and get it home and get to page 32 or whatever, and it'd be bubbled up. I'm like, oh God, I got to buy another one. That's not damaged, which I'd never do. So. Time to give Abby a treat, a dog treat, although she's over there oblivious. Anyway, I guess we're going to get out of here. It's past the 2-hour mark. We can talk behind the scenes, guys. Elsie never came in. He'll eventually come in and go, where'd everybody go?
Where'd everybody go?
We had at least 16 people in here at the height of it, I believe. So, good discussion. Thanks for coming on, Dario. Homer,
please like, share, follow, and subscribe.
Paul says, I've got a couple of books printed through Kablam, and like that, I can sell them through Indie Planet. I used Mix'em for my square-bound tantalizing adventures. Ooh. Which is still up on FOMO Comic.
Yeah, Mix'em is pretty good.
Yeah, Mix'em's what everybody uses.
Or Comic Wellspring. Sorry, Comic Wellsprings. I think they have a little bit of a better deal on a smaller print run. If you do like the 25 copies, than Mix'em. But I think the bigger your print run gets, I think Mix'em's a little bit.
The thing about Mix'em though that sucks for campaigns, like don't they have to wait till they're like they have a big print job to do, and then they sneak you in there.
Right. You get
Yeah.
in a queue. Yeah. Oh, and recently I heard that Indiegogo is partnering with Mixum. I think.
Oh, that's
Interesting.
crazy.
Yeah. Somebody mentioned that, and I haven't checked it out to confirm it, but
All right, Rex. Thanks for having me
somebody
on.
mentioned.
Good talking to you, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody in the chat, even Tree Goblin, and yeah.
Even Tree Island. Little
Um,
caveat there. Even
nice
Tree.
chilling with you, Omer.
Yeah.
Enjoy your
Good to hang out
sardines.
with you again.
You
Brother.
gotta check out where there's a sardinery near you. That's my new favorite thing to do.
Would you eat tuna and sweet corn and prawn pizza?
Hell
Dario,
no.
would you try it?
Nah, hell no.
She says it's lush.
Some things just don't go on pizza, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Can you? Yeah, I got it. What's your favorite pizza?
Yeah, I mess with the
Oh yeah, I
Hawaiian
love
pizza.
Hawaiian
That's
pizza.
I love
pretty good.
Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah,
There's
so
nothing wrong with pineapple on a
yeah,
pizza. Fight me.
so I'm willing to give it a
Yeah.
try. You know.
But all
Yeah,
right, folks.
take one bite. If you don't like it, spit it out and say that's horrid. It sounds
Yeah.
disgusting.
Right. Damn you, Carrie.
I think it was you, Homer, that said it sounded disgusting. Yeah,
Yeah,
it does
it
sound,
sounds disgusting.
very.
Her initial post of
Yeah, I
it,
can't
but once she
imagine
like
tuna on
rewrote
pizza
it,
though. I've eaten
it sounded
anchovy
better.
pizza though and sardines, so maybe, but just like I don't know, tuna juice baked on pizza. I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, I would drain it. I would
Love me some
definitely
tuna
drain it
juice.
very thorough.
What's up, baby? Give me some of that tuna
Yeah,
juice.
I like tuna, but
All right.
not on my
Thanks for
pizza.
having me on, brother. I'll see you
Wait,
next time.
man, wait. I got a picture for you.
What are you showing me?
Momento.
I'm showing you the pizza.
Oh. What? Okay. It kind of looks like a breakfast pizza.
And it's cheesy. Yeah, it does like scrambled eggs or something. And
Yeah.
also, she sent me these here. That's the candy she was talking about. Yeah, kind of
Oh.
like dots. I'd eat that. I'd try that. Sure.
Those look like they'll get you stoned. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
I've tried
gummies.
everything. I've
Yeah.
tried everything once.
All right. Well, say the magic words, and one of you, and we'll get out of here. Keep collecting.
Keep
Keep
collecting.
collecting. Teru.